You can join our live. You can join our live. I'm just waiting for people to join before I kick off and start. I'm just waiting for people to join before I kick off and start. Hi! Good afternoon. Now, I might not be able to pronounce your name well. If I can't, please just bear with me. Hi. Good afternoon. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. I'm going to be inviting a guest here today. I told you about this last week, right? I told you that I'll actually be inviting a guest here today, this time this week. So you guys are going to be meeting someone amazing, someone new. Right, so I'm actually just waiting a little bit for more people to join before I kick off and start. Hi, good afternoon. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. I'm very sure that a lot of people, I don't know if a lot of people know that we have an Abuja office, but right now I'm actually speaking to you from the Abuja office, and I'm saying all the way from Abuja. I left Lagos, so I ran away from Lagos to Abuja. So I'm speaking to you from Abuja office, and I'm saying all the way from Abuja. Hi, good afternoon. You are so welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Dami, I see you. Rox, what's up? Good afternoon. I'm waving back at you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much. I just want to wait a little bit for more people to join. Today actually promises to be extremely interesting. All right. The Adeolua. Hi. Thank you. Odi, what's up? Good afternoon. How are you doing? How is your day coming along? Thank you so much for joining. Mimi, what's up? Hi. Good afternoon. Hi, Pearl. Hi, good afternoon. Abba, what's up? Good afternoon. You're so welcome. Yeah, so Felix, what's up? Cynthia Felix, hi, good afternoon. Says good morning. Dotson says good morning. Good morning, Dotson. Good afternoon, good evening. Odi says hi. Kathy says hi. Hi, good afternoon. You are all so welcome. Official Faith, hi, good afternoon. It's so good to see all your beautiful DPs. Thank you so much for being here this amazing Wednesday afternoon. It's so good to have you all here. I'm so excited about today because we're actually inviting someone to join us in this live. Abba says good afternoon. Good day, Ma. Matthew says hi. So I'm waving back at all of you and I'm saying thank you so much for joining us on today's live. Now, let me just get started. I've not even introduced myself yet. My name is Mo from Nexi Concept Limited, and today the topic we're going to be talking about is study for a foundation international year 1 and pre-master's programs with on campus. Now, the person I'm going to be inviting today is a guest from On Campus. She's actually going to be coming here today to actually talk to us about all the juicy offers that On Campus has to offer, right? So let me just add her in this live. I'm not going to tell you her name. I would want her to come. The tuition fee, the prizes. Yes. Hi, Kathy.
Hi. Good afternoon. Hi, Mo. How are you doing? Good afternoon. Hi, everyone.
It's so good to have you here. Good afternoon.
Same here.
So welcome. Yeah. So I was telling us that we're actually looking at talking about the application is still open for September 2023. We are looking at talking about your study choices and your study options. We're looking at tuition fee, the step-by-step breakdown process for admissions and all of that. So we have a lot of juicy offers for you all today. Kathy, it is so good to have you here. Would you please do me the honor to introduce yourself?
This will be packed. It's going to be a packed session.
Yeah.
So good afternoon, everyone. Please, can you confirm you can hear me loud and clear?
Yes, I can hear you. Yeah, guys.
Okay, hi. Good afternoon, wherever you are, Nigeria, the other parts of the world. Thank you for joining this session. My name is Kafayat Akin-Sesan, also known as Kathy. I'm the recruitment manager at Oncampus. Okay, Oncampus is a pathway provider owned by Education Group. So thank you for joining this session.
Yes, so thank you, Kathy. Thank you so much for taking out the time from your busy schedule to actually be here today. Now,
what can I do? When Nexi calls, I have to answer.
You said what?
So when Nexi calls, I have no choice than to answer.
Yes, so your number one travel agency. Okay, so I want you to please tell us more about On-Campus? A lot of people might not have an idea of what On-Campus is all about. They've not even heard about it before. So I want you to just give us a brief idea and information about what On-Campus is all about.
Okay, On-Campus is a pathway provider. We're not a university, but we partner with so many universities. So we're a pathway provider for those who actually want to study in different parts of the world. Currently, we have partner universities in the UK, we have in the US, we have in Amsterdam, we have in France. So why work with one university when you can actually get a whole portfolio that has several universities across several countries, right?
Yeah.
So when I say pathway, think about a bridge. You just finished in a Nigerian secondary school, right? And you want to go into the university. How do you get into the university? What parts? What are the steps you take? So it's either you do your O-level, which is this normal, WAEC or NECO or GCE, and then what next? Do you want to do a diploma? Do you want to do A-levels? Do you want to do, what's it called? UTME. These are all called pathways, right? They are all ways you get into the university. Okay? That summarizes it. But for On-Campus, we have a series of programs that we offer depending on the country of choice you are thinking of. So for those who are still thinking of the UK despite the latest news and group, our programs that we offer in the UK are foundation programs for those that have just O-levels. That is WAEC, NECO, GCSE, they are all O-level qualifications. You need to start at least a foundation before you go start your degree. And the fun part about On-Campus is we are in these universities. We are not a college or a sixth form, school. We are part of the university. So we are not, okay, for instance, at our On-Campus Sunderland, you are not going to one college and then going to University of Sunderland later, no. You're studying your foundation at On-Campus Sunderland, in Sunderland. Why are you taking that foundation? Because you don't have the minimum requirements to go into year one directly at the university. That is why you need a pathway program. The same thing applies to the postgraduate applicants. For one or two reasons, you might not have the minimum requirement to go in for a direct master's in the UK or in Amsterdam or in France, but you want to go to that school anyway. So do we just say no? No. You have to go through the pathway, which in this case could be a pre-master's, or if it's in the US, we have the International Graduate Year Program that would help you bridge that particular gap, that will help you make up that deficit for you to start either your degree or your master's program. So that is what the pathway program is. All right. So in the UK, we have three major ones. We have the foundation, which is for the O-level holders. We have the international year one, which is the same thing as first year of your degree. And then for the postgraduate market, we have the pre-master's program. I hope that explains what On-Campus offers. So no, we don't have any pathways for PhD students.
Wow.
Actually, not for now. But for other levels, yes, we do.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much for that. That was really, really detailed and highly insightful. Thank you so much for that, Kathy. Okay, so don't mind. Please, if you have questions, you can always drop your questions in the comment section. We'll be sure to attend to it. Okay, so now I want you to tell us more about these programs that these various universities actually offer. Do you want to give us more insights about the juicy programs that they have? And you can also use this opportunity to talk to us. Kathy, you can use this opportunity to talk to us more about On-Campus Boston, On-Campus Paris. So you can tell us more about the programs that they have to offer. Okay, so let me take it from the US, America. So in the US, we have two major centers, which is On-Campus Boston, in Boston, and then we have the other center in Chicago. Our partner school in Chicago is Illinois Institute of Technology. So at On-Campus Boston, we only run one program for now, which is the International Freshman Year. So if there's anybody on this call, or if you know anybody that knows somebody who's thinking of studying their undergraduate degree in the US, this is the perfect center for them. Why? You don't need SATs. You don't need any TOEFL or any English test. All I need from you, or whoever the applicant is going to be, is just at least 6 credits in your O-levels. That is 6 credits in your WAEC, 6 credits in your NECO, including English, and you're on your way to studying freshman year with us at On-Campus Boston in the US. No aptitude test, no SATs required. Okay? That's a fun fact.
You don't need to take a test of English if you have a credit in WAEC English.
Amazing.
But if you don't have a credit in English, okay, then we can look at other things you can take. Or most Nigerians have at least a C6 in English language. So yes, you're good to go. Okay. The second center in the US where we have much more diverse options is at Illinois. That is IIT, Illinois Institute of Technology. For those on this call who are familiar with American education, Illinois is like top 50 in the US. Now, for you to be able to understand how high this ranking is, in the US, you have more than 5,000 tertiary institutions. More than 5,000. So for you to be ranked top 40, you should understand that ranking. It is a very, very high ranked school in the US. So like the name indicates, it is more of a technical university. So for those who are looking at engineering, computing, math, statistics, yes, perfect center for them. And we have a whole lot of programs we offer at IIT. Yes, we have the National Freshman Year, which is first year of your degree. We also offer the International Graduate Year for those who have, let's say, a 2-2. With a 2-2, you can get direct masters at IIT based on the CGPA. When they convert from a 5-point or 7-point Nigerian degrees to the 4 points in the US, you can get into direct masters. So we have what we call the International Graduate Year for the postgraduate applicants, yeah, at IIT. Then for those who have fantastic results, you have your 2-1. You don't want to be bothered with the International Graduate Year. You can actually apply for direct entry at IIT through on-campus as well. So like I said, at IIT, we have a more diverse portfolio for you. So whether direct entry or pathway, there is something for you at Illinois Tech. But at Boston, it's only International Freshman Year, which is year 1, okay, of your bachelor's degree. For those who might be thinking about it, a bachelor's degree in the US is similar to that in Nigeria. It's a 4-year program, okay? So it's a 4-year program. So freshman year means year 1. Moving away to Europe, right?
Yeah.
Let me start with a not so popular destination, France. I know lots of people will say, I would like Nigeria and go to France. Why not? You don't have to follow the bandwagon of going to the popular countries everybody goes to. Canada, UK, US, yeah?
Exactly.
There's always something new when you go to somewhere new. Now, at France, we also offer pathways. The same pathways, foundation and pre-masters, and even direct entry. Our partner school in France is, we always do top try, don't mind us, we are picky like that because we want only the best for you. So our partner school in France is CEG Business School, CEG, K-E-D-G-E, you can do your research. It's what we call a Grand École. When you say Grand École, you basically mean the top of the top. Do you understand? When you have Ivy League schools and then the top of the Ivy League schools, that is what CEG is in France. Okay? One of the top universities in France. But it is a business school. So like the name indicates, you'll find more business-related courses. Okay? No sciences there, no life sciences. So nursing, medicine, no engineering. It's more of the business courses. But we have foundation, we have pre-masters available at CEG. And fun fact, you are taught in English. So you don't have to bother your head and say, do I have to go and, sign up a course at Alliance Française? You don't need it. Although when you're there as an undergraduate student, we have designed our curriculum in such a way that French is actually part of your foundation program because we want you to be a part of the country. We don't want you to be in isolation, not you and just your African students or you and your Nigerian community. No, that's not the idea of international education. You're meant to mix, make friends, and network. It's a major investment. So you have to live up to it. Yeah? So for the undergraduate students on the foundation program, French is part of the curriculum, but everything is taught in English. So nothing to say. It's all taught in English. Okay? Entry requirements similar to other countries, just O levels, WAEC or NECO. As the case may be, give me credit, at least 6 credits, and you're good to go. For those who are looking at pre-masters, well, for now, because the top school, they're looking at 2-2. But if you have anybody on this call who has a 3rd class with useful, relevant experience, no more than 7 years, post-study years, we might consider them for pre-masters at KEG. Okay? So I hope everybody's taking notes. Yeah? US and France. 2 major intakes. September, which is what we are currently taking applications for, September. And the next one is January. Although for US is a bit earlier, it is the August intake. And then the next one is January. So don't miss the vote for those two because they are hot cake. Leaving those two, let's go to another not so popular location, which is Amsterdam. Also in Europe, they speak English. More than 90% of those in the Netherlands, they speak and understand English. So you don't have to learn Dutch. It's not a requirement. And they are also taught in English language. Okay? We are currently going to close application for Amsterdam by the second week in June. So if there's anybody who might be thinking of the Netherlands, then you actually need to act now, because we are closing the application portal for Amsterdam second week in June. 2 major pathways, foundation and pre-masters for Amsterdam as well. We do not take third class for the pre-masters because our partner schools for the master's program is University of Amsterdam. I know, don't say top school. Yes, it is top school. So they don't take third. So the minimum for the 2-2 and for the pre-masters is the 2-2. It's second class bachelors.
Wow.
Okay? Yeah, for the third. But the fun thing about Amsterdam is it's a lovely place. All of the countries I've mentioned are part of UK, and I've not mentioned UK. We are familiar with that, but I'll touch that later. The US, France, and Amsterdam, they all have post-study. That's like a major criteria for anybody on this call. They are thinking, after my degree or my master's, what next? There is post-study.
Yeah.
In Europe, that is France and Amsterdam, you have 1 year post-study. Okay?
Yeah.
The good thing about France is with your student visa, you're getting a Schengen visa. If you're not familiar with Schengen visa is a kind of European relationship that allows the visa holder to travel visa-free within several EU countries. So as a student studying in France, you can try to spend your holidays in Italy, in Spain, The championships are going on. You can go and watch football, while you're studying or during the holidays. That's the advantage of studying in France. Yeah? Apart from it being a very beautiful, romantic, cultural city with lovely food. And for Amsterdam, it's very, very, very liberal. It's very safe. There are more bicycles than people in Amsterdam, just to tell you how they move around. So you don't have a lot of air pollution. Everybody is cycling. So you have a lot of fit people there. So if you are team the fats, team six-packs, or I love my shape thing, you might want to think of Amsterdam because you will have every reason to keep in shape every day, all day. And the people are very friendly. US. Yes. US, there is what we call the OPT. OPT basically means optional practical training. It's intentional. That O is optional, meaning if you like, you can. If you don't, you can go back. What does OPT mean? OPT means after your studies, whether postgraduate or undergraduate, as long as your course is a STEM, STEM, a STEM-related course. What does STEM mean? STEM means statistics or sciences, engineering, T for technology, M for mathematics. If your course is in any one of these related fields, you are eligible for 36 months OPT, 3 and 6. That's basically a 3-year post-study.
Wow.
If you want. Wow. Remember, it's OPT, optional. So it means they're giving you a visa, yes, to stay up in the US and maybe get more practical training based on your degree or your master's. If you are taking or you study a STEM course. If you are not doing a STEM course, don't worry, you are not left behind. You don't have up to 36 months, but you have the 12 months OPT. That is the regular 1 year post-study. So think about it. If you go to the US to study for 4 years, and then you get OPT for 3 years, that's 7 years.
Wow.
You're doing the math, Abby. Oh yeah, you can fill in
Wow.
the blanks. I will not. But you do the math yourself. Same thing for a master's. A typical master's in the US is like 2 years. If it's fast track, is 18 months, or let's just say 2 years, round figure. And then you're getting your OPT, whether 1 year or 3 year, depending on the course. You do the math yourself, okay? And take it from there. And one key thing I always tell students is, if you are willing to invest in international education, you should also be willing to open yourself to all the opportunities that education will give you. What does that mean? Do not limit yourself thinking wherever I go and study is where I might want to settle. That education is exposing you to the world, okay? You are going to have classmates from countries you've never even thought about existed, like Lithuania and like Greenland. Think about how far away you think that country is on the map. You could have classmates there. You can build, networks and friendship and relationships from these people. So what does that mean? It means after your studies, don't limit yourself to saying, because I studied in the US, I must get a job in the US, or I must stay back in the US. The US economy is not the most developed economy. They don't have like the highest salary in the world. There might be other countries. We have lots of students that they go study, and then maybe they're going to the UAE for some courses like education or teaching. They go to some particular work. Do you understand? So don't limit yourself thinking, if I go to the UK, you've got to want to stay back in the UK. No, you are investing in tertiary education. Don't limit yourself. Yeah?
That's amazing.
Don't limit yourself. You can even decide to come back home. Yeah, you can even decide to come back to your home country, which is Nigeria. But the good thing is it's going to open you now to more opportunities which on a normal day you wouldn't have gotten access to. Because you'll have built some wonderful networks that would open some doors for you on your return that international education would not, if it wasn't there in the mix, you wouldn't have gotten access. So think big. Don't limit yourself.
Yes.
Okay?
That's amazing.
Yeah. Thanks, Mo.
Well, you
So
did talk about, I want to say you didn't talk about the UK.
I want to come down to the popular one, the UK, right? I like that for the last. Yes, it was intentional. So now for the UK. Now in the UK, which we have, think about it, so many partner universities, depending on what you're looking for in terms of the cost, in terms of pricing, in terms of ranking, we have everything. When you have the time, you can go to our website, Oncampus.global. You'll see our partner schools. In the UK, we work with lovely schools: Sunderland, Aston, Euclid, Loughborough, Southampton, Reading. It's a very fantastic portfolio. And what do we offer? Okay, in the UK, what we offer in the UK are only pathway programs, no direct entry in the UK. We have the International Foundation year or the Undergraduate Foundation year. Basically, for those that only have O levels. That's your YF or your NEFU or your GCSE or IGCSE. You can come in for the 1 year undergraduate foundation, and then you can progress to your degree. A regular degree in the UK is 3 years. So 1 year foundation, 3 year degrees makes 4 years. Okay? Now, for those who are thinking of some specific courses like medicine, yes, we have the Medicine Foundation program as well at one of our centers, which is UK North, which is actually hosted by the University of Central Lancashire. We have the medicine, the intake is September. We have few spaces left on that course. So you have anybody here that wants medicine, nursing, or physiotherapy, foundation entry, we have few spaces left on these 3 courses for September 2023. Okay, like you need to start applying now. Reach out to Mo, reach out to Nexi to put in your application, like even before this live is over. Just use 1 ear to listen and second one to send emails. Yeah. Now, for the foundation program, we have centers that they don't need any English tests. If you are coming for business courses or engineering courses, as long as you have at least a credit in your O-level English, we are good to go like that. For some centers and courses, especially business, engineering, computer science, yes, we are good to go. But for some other courses and some other schools, yes, we might ask you to take an English test. And our favorites for Nigerian students are usually the UKVI IELTS or Pearson for UKVI. You can choose which one of the 2 you want. Okay?
What about
But
Duolingo?
I can assure you that our... For what?
I wanted to ask, what about Duolingo? Is Duolingo accepted?
No, we don't accept Duolingo for For UK, no. We accept for the US if you don't have the credit, but for UK centers, we only accept 2 for now, which is the UKVI IELTS or Pearson for UKVI. Okay? For our UK centers, for those who do not have the necessary O-level English. Yeah? But our English requirements are pretty low.
Yeah, Kathy, give me a minute. Guys, please, if you have any question for Kathy, please drop us in the comment section, because we would love to have your questions. Please keep dropping your questions as she's actually going. So the way she's spinning enough facts for us to actually grab. Please, take your pen and paper and start jotting these things down so that you can have these information at hand. Okay, so Kathy, please, Kathy, please go on.
Okay. All right, thanks. So yes, for the National Foundation year, I already mentioned that our minimum age is 17 by the start date. So we are particular because we want to be sure we can give the students ample support. Okay. So yes, our minimum age is 17 by the start date. We have 2 major intakes, September and January. So our course starting in September, on the 25th of September. If your child or whoever wants to apply, they need to be 17 by 25th of September. If they would be 17, let's say a few days after 25th, you can reach out to NEXI and we'll look into making some exceptions for such group of people. Okay? Now, the next step is our International Year 1. What's International Year 1? It basically means the first year of your degree program. Okay? And then the question is, why would I do International Year 1 with on campus and not the university direct? Like I said, it's a pathway. You are doing it with us because, number one, due to 1 or 2 reasons, the university is not willing to take you for direct year 1. Okay? It could be age, it could be academic. Okay? It doesn't have to be academic all the time. It could be age. Maybe they're like slightly younger than what the university would accept. Or like I said, you accept 17-year-olds. So yes, you can come to us for the first year, meaning you're not wasting any year sitting at home doing nothing. You can start your first year. After the International Year 1, you are progressing to year 2. Okay? Our International Year 1 comes with what we call integrated CAS. So that means you're getting a 3-year visa for your entire degree at once. All right?
Wow.
And as long as you have the right credit, yeah, as long as you have the right credit in YF or NOCO English, we don't need any English test. All right? So we have selected courses for the IY1 entry. NEXI has a comprehensive list, but just to throw it out there, IY1 entry is mainly in the fields of business, engineering, and computer science. Okay? And it is usually the very first of our programs to get filled every year. So if you're thinking of IY1, please reach out like fast. Now, who are those who are meant to apply for IY1? The first category are those who only have O levels, but their results are fantastic. I'm sure you've seen some results more where you have all A's, like the student has all A's, all true, and you're like, wow, straight A's, right? Like, what can I do to the students? Now, if you have such a result being brought to you, and they're thinking of engineering, computer science, what's it called, law, or business courses, you don't have to put them into foundation. We can accept them into International Year 1, meaning saving their money from foundation year and just going straight into International Year 1 with the added advantage of getting extra support from on campus. So saving costs, getting smoothly to year 2. Win-win. What more can you ask for? That's the first category.
Yeah.
Now the second category is you might have some students who are maybe in Nigerian university, first or second year, and maybe you don't like the face of your lecturer anymore, or don't like your department, or basically for one of you just want to like change the environment.
Oh my, I think her network is off. Oh, so sorry about that. Let me just try and see how she can come back here to join us. I hope we've been enjoying ourselves today, listening to all that Kathy has to tell us. I'm just hoping that she'll be able to join us again. Let me see. Kathy, kindly send a request again so that I can add you here. I see you all joining in. Thank you so much for joining. Please, if you have questions for Kathy, you can always drop your questions in the comment section. I just want to ensure that she comes back. So just give me a minute to try and see how I can actually get her to come back here. So Kathy, kindly try and send another request. Let me see how I can get her to come back here. So Kathy, kindly send another request. Let me try and add you here. Let me see. Or let me try and invite her. Just give me a minute, please. I guess it's the network. Okay. So, Kathy, I just sent you an invite. I just sent you an invite now. Please, if you have any question for Kathy, you can drop your question in the comment section and we'll definitely attend to it. Hi, I'm waving back at you. Thank you so much for joining. Let me just see how she can actually come back to this live. So, Kathy, if you can hear me, I sent you a request already. Kindly accept the request. So kindly accept the request so that I can have you back here. So just give us a minute so that we can have Kathy join us again. I guess it's her network. So please just give us a minute. Okay, so while I wait for Kathy to join, let me just give you a bit of information based on, she's talking about UK, right? Let me just give you a bit of information based on the tuition fee and the maximum deposit that you can actually get for the various schools that we have on campus. But while I wait for Kathy to join, Kathy, can you send the request again so that I can have you join? Let me try and invite her one more time before I give you this tea on, okay. Kathy, I just sent you a request. Try and accept or try and send a request so that I can have you here. Now we have Sunderland. Sunderland's tuition fee is between 14,970 to 15,990, and they give you a maximum deposit of £2,500. We have Aston, these are schools, universities that on-campus partners with in the UK. 1,990. Plan. Their tuition fee is between 16,400 and 7. the network that is causing this. So, Kathy, just do me a favor, try and log in with another, try and send a request using another Instagram page. Let's see if that will work. So, I'm hoping that Kathy will be able to join us very shortly because it's telling me she's unable to join. So, yeah, like I said, CEG is between 19,980 to 20,490. And they give their discount is actually in euros. That's £4,000 euros. Okay, so now yeah, so that is it. Medicine UFP is £26,000. So yeah, maximum discount is actually based on availability. So as soon as you're ready to actually take up these courses and you're ready to actually go through with these courses, then you have an opportunity to get all these discounts. I want to see how I can add Kathy back to join us here. Kathy, there seems to be a problem. So I'm trying to see how she can actually come back and join us on this live. Okay. Let me see. And I know a lot of people have a lot of questions to actually ask Kathy, but I'm hoping that we'll be able to get her to come back here. There seems to be a very serious problem right now because I'm still unable to have her join. I'm still unable to have her join. Kathy, I'm still waiting for you to join, please. Thank you. Kathy, I'm still waiting for you to join, please. I still see people joining in. Thank you so much for joining. I'm still waiting for Kathy to join. So sorry about this, guys. I think it's something that has to do with her network. If she's not able to join, we might still have to invite her again for next week. But I would really, really want her to join so that you can hear from her mouth everything that you need to know. Sorry, please give me a minute. Danny, could you please pass me my phone? Let me call Kathy to see what is going on. Because I'm trying to understand why she's actually unable to join. So sorry about this, guys. Just give me a minute. So sorry about this, guys. Just give me a minute. Let me see what's going on and the reason why she's unable to join. So I just want to, okay, yeah, I've been able to tell you all about the tuition fees and the tuition deposits that we have. But just give me a minute, let me see what is going on with Kathy and understand whether or not we'll actually have to invite her again, say very, very soon. Sorry, please give me a minute. Hi, Kathy, what's going, yeah, what exactly is wrong with your network? Is it the network? I've been sending you a request to actually join. Yeah, can you hear me? Yes. Can you try and join with your own, honestly, can you try to join with your own, IG page? Because there seems to be something wrong with the network. Hi, good afternoon. Yeah, please do that. All right, thank you. Okay, sorry guys, please just stay on. Kathy's trying to work on her network. It's a network that is bad. Apparently, she was talking. She didn't even know. She was actually talking and she said she didn't realize that the network had actually cut her off like that. So we just want her to come back and join so that we can continue with this. Because we still have a lot of questions to ask her. And I'm hoping that we'll be able to do this before time runs out. So sorry about this. Let me just try and accept her now. So she's been able to log in now. I'm just trying to accept her so that she can come back. Oh, hi, Kathy.
Are you telling me I've been speaking to myself? Oh, no.
I'm waiting for you.
Nigeria happened.
Your network went off completely.
Are you serious? So I've just been talking to myself like.
Honestly. Please,
that's interesting.
Let's go back. Because I even had to, while away time, I had to give the information about the tuition fee and the tuition discount ranges that we have, right? But I want you to, I think you were talking about the UK, so I want you to talk more about the UK. So let's take it a step back, right?
So I have to start from the UK all over again?
Yes.
I need water. Okay,
Sorry.
all right. So I can imagine. Yeah, 1 minute, please. Damijo, help me get water.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi guys.
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry about that. I just have to get
Yeah.
water. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's talk about the UK again. Did you hear about the programs I mentioned in the UK?
Please just start from the UK because I think the gap has been so much that we need to catch up. Do you get?
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So in the UK, we have 3 major programs available, which is the Undergraduate Foundation Program, the International Year, and the Pre-masters. Okay. The UFP, which is the Undergraduate Foundation Program, is basically for O-level holders, just like secondary school, as long as your study gap is not more than 5 years. Okay. So yes. So I think there was a question about what is the foundation age limit. We don't have a maximum age limit, but we have what we call the maximum study gap. So we calculate your study gap from when you left secondary school, not when you wrote that O-level. Because sometimes I know people that left secondary school 10 years ago, they just wrote for last year. Does not apply. So we count the study gap from when you left secondary school till today. So for the foundation, 5 years study gap maximum. So if you left secondary school 2-3 years ago, that's fine. If you left 4 years ago, that's fine. But more than 5 years ago, nah, we will not be able to accept you for the foundation. So we are looking at credits, at least 6 credits. We can take you for the foundation program. Okay. We have series of programs. So we have centers that offers ICAS and the one that do not, depending on the course and the center. And we have quite a lot of mix. So the choice is yours, which center you want to go to. The second really is for the international freshman year. Sorry, the international year 1, IY1. IY1 is 3 categories of students really. Number 1, O-level holders, but with better results. Like I mentioned earlier, those that have like all A's or A's and B's in their O-levels and they are on team. And they want maybe business or engineering courses. Instead of going back to foundation year, we can just give you year 1. What does that mean? It means you're skipping foundation year. That means all that million you have spent for foundation, you can use it for something else. And you're only doing 3 years. International year 1, year 2, and year 3. We have 3 major categories of students who qualify for the IY1. The obvious ones, O-level holders with fantastic results, A's and B's. The second categories are those who want to transfer. You're currently in a university in Nigeria, and you want to go to the UK to study. It wouldn't be fair to say start from foundation again. So depending on the courses you've taken and your grades, we can give you IY1 entry. All right. Now the third group are those that have NDs. You've been to the Polytechnic, you have your national diploma. Yeah, you can use that to access it for A-level. Give you the national year 1 with your ND. But please remember, 5 years study gap must be applied for you to meet our requirements. Okay? The IY1 is an integrated CAS program, which means you are accepting, we are getting you a 3-year visa once you apply. So your visa covers your entire degree program, 3 years. No need to reapply on the program. Okay? For the ICAS foundation programs, yes, you are getting your 4-year visa at the stretch. For some programs, do not come with ICAS. So you would have to reapply after the pathway program. So please take notes. Lexi would give you more details about that. Okay? Or you can ask me if you want to know more information about one. Now, the third program is the pre-master's program. Like I see somebody asking me again already. I always see this question. Do you accept Benin Republic degree for pre-masters?
Yeah.
I know how many times a week I answer this question. So here is the thing. Schools in Benin Republic are good. Nobody's saying they are bad. But the issue we usually have is the accreditation when we evaluate. So anytime you're trying to apply to any university outside your country or where you took that degree from, they run your degree or your scores or your grades through a system. They're trying to evaluate and see what is the equivalent of that your CGPA or your degree in their own country. Yeah, that is the problem with Beninois qualifications. When it is run through the maybe UK or the US system, it actually falls below par. So do we accept Benin Republic degree for pre-masters? Yes. We actually have one center, which is on-campus Sunderland. That's University of Sunderland Progression. On-campus Sunderland will accept your Benin Republic degree for pre-masters only, please listen to that part, the condition, only if that degree is either a 2-1 or a first class.
Wow.
A 2-1 or a first class, because by the time we'll take it into the system for accreditation, it will fall below, as in the ranking is sufficient for a pre-masters. If you have a 2-2 or a third class from the Benin Republic, sorry, we can't accept that. Okay? If it's a Nigerian qualification, we accept third class, Nigerian bachelor's degree. We accept HNDs. We have 3 partners that accept HNDs for pre-masters, which are...
Yeah,
yes,
sorry, can I ask you a question? Now, with respect to that Benin Republic, right, for UK, you've already given us a reply on that, but for other countries like the US, do they accept Benin Republic?
No.
None?
No. No.
So it's
for
only
our UK center, for our US Amsterdam centers, we don't. It's only the UK centers that we accept for the Republic.
And it's only Sunderland? Okay.
Yes.
All right, that's fine.
Only Sunderland for the UK. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Then, so like I said, for Nigerian qualifications, we accept HNDs, we accept third class degrees for the pre-masters. Our pre-masters are basically 2 semesters, which is 1 year. And we just rescheduled and we evaluated our curriculum. So good news, we now have our pre-masters in level 5 and level 6. So for those who have HNDs, we have partner schools like On-Campus, Sunderland, Hall, and even Loughborough that would accept your HND for pre-masters. Okay? But please take note, if you have HND, the pre-masters you'll be joining is a level 5 pre-masters, which requires a test of English, not proficiency letter or O-level English. No, you are required to take a CELT. Like I mentioned, the acceptable CELT for Nigerian students is UKVI IELTS or PSC UKVI. But if you have a third class, you can be accepted for our level 6 pre-masters, where we are okay with just your O-level English language, use that as a credit or a proficiency letter. So please take
note.
That
don't understand, sorry, for those that don't understand, what do you mean by level 5 and level 6?
So level 5 and level 6, these are the levels of the programs. All right. So the UK tertiary education is on levels. Your undergraduate degree is on level 3. All right. And then you have your master's degree on level 7. Then you have a series of programs in between. Okay. Now, level 6 is a pre-master close enough because the entry requirement is higher than the level 5 pre-masters, which is why we need to ask for additional information, additional documentation for level 6 pre-masters, which is why we need that yourselves. That is your UKVI IELTS or Pearson of English. Even if I know you have A1 or you studied English in the university, I know. But if you have HND, I'm sorry, you would have to take a test of English. But if you have a third class bachelor's, I know it's unfair. I've been giving my team the feedback to try and evaluate further. But for September this year, this is what we have to follow, I'm afraid. So we have the level 6 pre-masters. Now, please take note. Whether level 6 or level 5, maybe you have heard the news. You cannot travel with dependents as a pre-master student. So please think about it. Whether pre-masters or even direct masters, you are no longer allowed to travel. There's a ban. Okay? So that should not, at this point for the UK, that should not even come into the conversation anymore because there is a ban till further notice. Okay? All right.
I want to ask more questions. So is it just September intakes that you have, or you have other intakes as well? Like,
no.
October.
We have September for the pre-masters. We have September, January, and we have mid-year like March, April. Now for other programs, 2 major intakes, which is September and January.
Okay.
So at least 2 intakes. So
you don't have any
every
October,
year.
You don't have any November.
So the October intake is still an extended intake for September. Do you understand? Okay. Yeah. So once in a while, you might have some courses or some programs where you have a whole lot of people who are still on the waiting list for September. So we can decide to extend into October. So when you see September, October, November, they are all part of the September cohort. Do you understand? Just
So,
the same way in
yeah.
January, depending on the demand, we could extend it into February. It doesn't mean February intake is separate. It just means the continuation of January intake.
Okay, so can
Okay?
now can a student actually switch from one background to another, say from engineering to science? How easy is that going to be?
So that is why the pre-masters, you're talking about the postgraduate students, right?
Mm.
Yeah, this is where the
Yeah.
pre-master actually comes into play. All right. If you study the first degree in engineering and you want to switch to something different, yes, the pre-master is meant to actually bridge the gap of beefing up that your study gap or your deficits that you have. If you will be studying engineering, I'm sure the particular courses you've been taking are pretty different from the humanities. Okay, so you can't just throw yourself into it headlong. I know some students will say, but I had a 2-1 or a 2-2 in, let's say, engineering, or in the science. I want to go for an MBA or something related or HR. The only way it can be easy for you to make that switch is if you have relevant work experience, recent ones, in this new field. That would make your transition seamless or almost seamless. But if you don't have relevant experience in this new field, and just because you heard that the new particular course of field selling is management or business, and then you have maybe a physics background or chemistry background, you just want to jump into a direct masters. This is why students struggle. This is why students fail. Not because the school is bad, but because you cannot cope with the sudden change. Your degree was for 4-5 years, depending on the course you study, even 6 years, which was medicine.
Yeah.
And now you want to go for a master's, which is usually like 1 or 2 years, depending on the country, and you think you can just switch off all the atoms and statistics you have done and calculus and want to switch immediately into business terms, except you have been working in that business field. Do you understand? So you are now used to the new lingua franca, so you can quickly identify with it. But not where you have studied as an engineer, you have only worked all your life in an engineering outfit, and now you want to switch into HR or marketing without having some professional, certification courses or having worked in those things. You need a pre-masters to help you bridge that gap so you don't struggle. It's that simple. You can find out from those who
Okay,
have done
now
it, and then even go online to check people's views about it.
okay.
But yes,
So
you can
about
switch.
UCAS, now, do you necessarily have to go through UCAS before you can actually apply for the school on campus? No, right?
No,
Okay.
you don't need to apply through UCAS. That is why we have approved agents, one of which is Netsy, one of our highly approved agents we're working with for
Yes,
years.
so
All you need
yes,
to do is
so
just yeah, so you don't need UCAS, you don't need to pay an application fee. Apply through
exactly.
Netsy and I'll get your applications straight
Exactly.
up.
Now I know that you actually spoken about the age limit, right? But I just want old go for foundation? Can a 16-year-old go for foundation? What is the minimum age that can actually decide that they want to start from foundation? Now, because I'm saying this because there are some students from SS2 that will decide that they're actually writing their work in SS2 and they want to use. Do you want to buttress more on this? Did you hear what I said?
So,
okay.
For age limit, yes, I did.
Yes.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's raining at my end, so the internet might be a bit unstable.
Yes, it's
For
really
age
bad.
limit, our minimum for the undergraduate is 17. Now, like I said, our next intake is September. The intake is 25th to be exact, 25th of September. Now, if the student is going to be 25th, it's going to be 17 or 25th, we can take them. If they will be 25th and they will be 17 within 1 week or 2 weeks after the course has started, we can take them. But if they are going to be 17, let's say in November, then they have to wait for the next intake, which is January. Do you understand?
Wow.
Now, we accept yes, I'm afraid so. We accept the high school transcript in lieu of their O-level results. So for those that are still writing WAEC and will be writing NECO in the next couple of weeks, their results are not out, we all know that. But you can start your application with just your high school transcript, SS1 to 3, including your mock. With that, we can, we can guess what your likely grade will be, and with that, we can actually give you an offer. So yes, we accept. transcript for applications. Okay?
Okay.
Yes.
So can
Minimum
on-campus
age-
results or sorry, did you hear? Okay, are you done? Yeah, I wanted
No,
to ask
yeah,
another
yeah.
question.
Go on,
Okay, yeah.
yeah.
So can on-campus results or certificates be used by other schools that on-campus isn't partners with? Say a student actually finishes foundation in Sunderland and decides that they want to go to Coventry for their degree. So is it possible?
Yes. So yes, thank you for that fantastic question. Now, on campus, we actually employ two major models at our different centers. We have what we call the one-to-one and the one-to-many. The one-to-one basically means where you are studying your pathway is where you want to finish up your degree, whether undergraduate degree or master's. So what does that mean? If you're coming to on-campus Sunderland or Aston or Loughborough for the foundation, the idea is you want to stay back at those universities for your degree or your master's. Okay? That's a one-to-one. You're not going anywhere else. For those who are looking for more options in terms of flexibility, they don't want to be tied to a particular school. We have what we call one-to-many centers. Like in the UK, our UK North and on-campus London, these are one-to-many centers. So after your pathway, these centers, do you understand?
No, please, can you say that again? Your network is
So
bad.
it's transferable.
No, can you say,
So if you are thinking
that again? Your network
of more
is bad.
flexible options in terms of progression,
No,
then please consider our one-to-many centers.
No,
In
sorry,
the UK,
please,
we have Campus London.
Yeah, say that again.
Can
Start
you hear
again.
me? But the network is shaky. Okay. Okay. In the UK, we have two one-to-many centers where the certificates are transferable, which is on campus. When you come to these two schools, yeah, this the pathway program, you can take a certificate and move to any other university. In the US, from on-campus Boston, you can move to any other US school. Okay? So yes, for some centers, our certificates are transferable.
Okay, thank you for that. Okay, so tell us more about accommodation. What is accommodation like for, say, a 17-year-old that is actually looking to study starting from foundation year? What is accommodation like? Is
If the student is 17, if the student is under 18,
yes,
accommodation is guaranteed. And because all our under 18s are required to stay on campus. If the applicant is under 18, accommodation is guaranteed because all of our under 18s, they are still minors, so we have that responsibility of care over them. So they must live on campus, non-negotiable. The only exception is if the biological mother or the biological father is living in that same city where the school is, then we can make exception for them to come from home. But if not, And also for our older students, yes, we have accommodation in the university. Okay? So that's why the concern about some universities who saying, oh, accommodation in this particular city is sold out. For our on-campus students, we always have accommodation available. But I will advise students, please make sure you book accommodation latest by the end of July, so you can choose from the best.
Okay.
And not just leftover.
Yeah, so I wanted to ask, can students work while they study undergrad?
Of course, yes. Of course, yes. You have a partial work permit, 20 hours per week. So yes, you have a partial work permit. And thank you, Mo, for raising that particular question. Please, I know students are going to the UK to study and they might have some other reasons, but please, the major reason you were given that visa is for you to study. That's a priority. Number one is to go and study. And every school, whether on campus or not, they all have a to the home office. If you are missing, you are having what we call unauthorized absences. You need to let the school know. Okay? Then they will know that, okay, you called in sick or because you are going to the hospital, this is why you authorize that absence. But when you go missing without a reason, without informing the school, we call these unauthorized absences. And the schools have a responsibility of reporting you and your attendance under your visa. So don't say because they say I can work for 20 hours, you will now forget your priority of going to class round. It is your school first, and then depending on availability, you can jobs within that maximum 20 hours per week. Because I don't know what your plans are, but if you are thinking all the options in that particular country where you want to stay within the law as much as you can. You might be lucky during your degree or master's, you might think, oh yes, I did the system. I meant to work 20 hours, but I worked 20. Extending to another tier of visa, that is when your story will come catching you. So yes, you can work for 20 hours per week, but please make sure you work within the stipulated time frame.
Okay, thank you for that, Kathy. Instagram will soon log us out. So before I actually go through the questions that we have, can you just tell us the reason why anyone would actually want to choose on-campus over every other sets of universities that they partner with? So why would anybody want to choose on-campus? Why would they want to go through on-campus routes to actually study in the UK or in any of these other countries?
Well, to me,
so
it's
my question.
Yeah, I did. It's a very easy question to answer. Just like saying, why would you want to choose comfort over discomfort? Why would you want to choose support over none? When you are coming to on-campus, I don't know, people on this call, maybe you have done your degree, you're currently on your degree program, or you've done your master's. You can imagine a regular class size. So maybe you might have maybe 100 students in a class for your degree, for instance. You're looking at students from all over the world, yeah? So yes, in the universities, you have large class size. And in the university, nobody has the time to give you that personal support because the lecturers have this large class, they have a scheme of work, they need to do whatever they need to do within that particular time frame and move on to the next one. But at on-campus, we actually focus more on personalized support for our students. So even if our business class or our business cohort for September is like 250 students, we try to break down those batches, those classes into batches. Do you understand? Like, we have 250 business students, fine. But we always want our class to be maximum 30 students in a class. That's the worst case. Usually 10 to 25. Because our tutors must know individual students. Not just know your name or whatever, but know your strengths and weaknesses. So that when you are lagging behind, you have a personal tutor, you have a student support officer, you have an assistant center head, you have a center head. We all operate open door policy at on-campus because our pride is for you to suck a part. It's not the end game, it's the bridge. You understand? So we only succeed when you have successfully progressed to your university for your degree. Do you understand? So we give you that support from application to progression. Number one, you have smaller class sizes. Sometimes our students, the older ones, will say, even too much care, because like I said, if you are missing classes, you're praying transit, and you're under 18, we'll report it to your agent and say, Mo, this is your student. His attendance is falling below 80%. Talk to him or talk to the parents to talk to him. So I want to read that touch. We give that amount of care. If you're in university for day one, nobody cares. If you like, come to class, maybe just 30 minutes in a week. But at the end of the day, you're the one that will own the degree, whether it's the first or the third class. You get it, but we don't do that. You understand that number one, you're coming from a different ballgame, a different country, different culture. So we always try to make it easy. Number two, outside the classroom, we give extra support. Like I said, we have this support staff. We also have student bodies. we have what we call ambassadors for our centers. Where students are coming from, there might be a cultural difference where you might not want to approach the center head because you see them as authority. So we have your fellow students who are ambassadors that you can talk to, they can share your experiences. So if you are thinking of, do you know what, I'm tired of burger and fish and chips. Where can I get Gary? Or where can I buy apple? You know, the ambassador, I have a lot of free period of my timetable area, the job shops, advisory centers, where they can tell you, these are things you can do. You can volunteer things to fill up that space.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
So yeah, just for that support. Why not?
The network is so bad, but it's actually dragging what you're saying. Yeah, very, very bad.
I know,
very,
it's very
bad.
heavy.
So one last question, because I can see that we've actually answered most of the questions on the comment section, but I can see a question here because Instagram will soon log us out, so I don't want that to happen. So I just want you to answer this one last question before we go. Can you talk about the pre-master's tuition in the US? Sorry, network.
So what we have in the US is not pre-masters. It is called did you get that? So in the US, it is called International Graduate Year at Illinois Institute of Technology. Okay? And the 2,000 plus, I think 23,000, and we have up to $8,000 scholarship for September.
Okay. Yes, please.
So $23,000 with as high as $8,000 scholarship for the US.
Wow.
But please take note, like I said, no third class, please. No third class.
All right.
No HND.
Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you very much, Kafi. So what if you have your final words to say to everyone that is here today, what would that be? Because we might have to leave now so that Instagram wouldn't log us out. So what would your final words be?
So my final word is international education is a major investment. So think carefully, okay, and think wisely. All right. Look at what you are going to gain in the next 3 to 4 years, depending on whether it's a master's program you're going for, okay, and speak to NEXI for proper consultancy before application.
Yes, so.
All right?
Yes, thank you very much, Kafi. Yes, you can send us a DM any day, anytime, and we'll be definitely ready to answer your questions and to help you with your application process from start to finish. So you've heard from the horse's mouth, you've heard from Oncampus on how different opportunities are available to you as a student. So if you know anyone that is actually that actually fits into any of these categories, please reach out to us and we'll be definitely ready to actually attend to the person and give you seamless process all through from start to finish. Thank you so much, Kafi, for taking all the time to actually join us today, despite your busy schedule. We really, really appreciate you. We love you. And we hope to get you more students to actually work with, right? So thank you so much for taking out the time to be here today.
Thank you for having me, and thank you guys for your patience.
Very soon. And if you're just joining, for those that have actually missed the majority of what we spoke about, please go to our Instagram page and you'll be able to watch this again because it's actually going to be on our page. Thank you, Kafi. Thank you so, so much. We love you. Thank you for taking all the time to be here today. All right, so until same time next week, take care of yourself, yeah? Bye. Thank you.